Hello, everyone. Let's talk about something fascinating today, something that might shift how you see certain interactions. Have you ever noticed what's really going on when someone shares their problems with you? It might seem simple or even routine, but there's more to it than meets the eye. Let's break this down together. When someone opens up about their struggles, it's rarely just about the problem itself. It's an invitation to connection, a subtle request for understanding. They're not just telling you what's wrong, they're giving you a glimpse of their inner world. And often, they're testing the waters, gauging whether it's safe to be vulnerable with you. This is especially true in relationships, whether romantic, platonic, or professional. Here's the key: when someone shares their problems, they are also communicating what they value, what they fear, and where they feel uncertain. Beneath the surface, there's a message: will you see me? Will you hear me? Will you meet me where I am? This dynamic is universal. We all, at some point, seek reassurance, validation, or simply someone to stand with us in our moment of doubt. But what happens next? Your response plays a crucial role. Think about it: when you hear someone venting or expressing a challenge, do you jump straight to solutions? Do you minimize their feelings, even unintentionally, with phrases like, "Oh, it's not that bad," or "you'll figure it out"? These reactions, while often well-meaning, can shut down the very connection that the other person is seeking. Instead, consider this: pause and listen. Truly listen. Not just to their words but to what they're not saying. Listen to the emotions behind the problem. Are they scared? Frustrated? Lost? When you show someone that you understand how they feel, without rushing to fix things, it creates a bridge. This is what deepens trust and fosters meaningful relationships. Now, why is this dynamic so powerful? Because we're wired for connection. At a neurological level, when someone feels understood, their brain releases chemicals like oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone. This doesn't just make them feel good, it strengthens your relationship in a tangible way. And here's the twist: the benefits go both ways. When you offer empathy and understanding, your own sense of connection and fulfillment grows. But let's dig deeper into why people bring their problems to others. Sometimes, it's not even about finding a solution. Often, they already know the answers, or at least part of them. What they're really looking for is clarity. And by sharing, they're trying to organize their thoughts and emotions in a safe space. Your role, then, isn't to fix them. It's to hold space for them. Holding space is a phrase that gets thrown around a lot, but what does it actually mean? It means being fully present. It means setting aside your own judgments, advice, and distractions and giving someone your undivided attention. It's a simple but profound gift, and it's something we all have the capacity to offer. But why does this matter so much? Because people note how you make them feel. If you've ever been on the receiving end of someone's empathy, you know this. It's not about the words they used or even the advice they gave. It's about feeling seen, heard, and valued. And when you offer that to someone, it creates a lasting impression. This isn't just about personal relationships. It applies to every area of life. Think about your colleagues, your family, or even the stranger who shares a piece of their story with you. In all these moments, you have the chance to make a real difference, not by doing something extraordinary, but by simply being present and attentive. Now, let's address something important. What if you feel drained when others share their problems? This is a common experience, especially if you're someone who naturally attracts people who want to talk. The key is to set boundaries. Empathy doesn't mean sacrificing your own well-being. It's okay to say, "I'm here for you, but I also need some time to recharge." In fact, this honesty can make your support even more authentic. Let's flip the perspective for a moment. Have you ever been the one sharing a problem? Think about what you were truly seeking in those moments. Was it advice? Validation? Or simply someone to listen to? Chances are, You've been on both sides of this dynamic, which is what makes it so universal and relatable. Here's a practical takeaway: the next time someone shares their challenges with you, try this. Instead of jumping in with solutions, ask a question like, "How are you feeling about this?" or "What do you think you need right now?" These questions not only show that you care but also help the other person clarify their thoughts and feelings. When we learn to respond this way, something remarkable happens. Relationships deepen. Misunderstandings decrease. And most importantly, both people feel more connected and understood. When someone shares their concerns with you, it's often a sign that they trust you on a deeper level. Trust is not something people offer freely, it's earned through consistent actions, behaviors, and a presence that reassures others that you are genuinely there for them. This act of sharing, especially about personal challenges, reflects vulnerability, and vulnerability is a cornerstone of meaningful relationships. But what does trust really entail in this context? It's more than just keeping someone's secrets. Trust is about creating a safe emotional environment where they feel their feelings and thoughts will be respected. This safety doesn't come from grand gestures, it comes from small, consistent acts of kindness and understanding. For instance, if someone mentions a recurring issue, they are often sharing not just to vent but to test whether their story resonates with you. Your ability to listen and validate their emotions, rather than judge or redirect the conversation, becomes a mirror reflecting back their significance to you. Another layer to explore is why people sometimes don't articulate their problems clearly. They might talk around their issues, offering vague hints instead of stating things outright. This isn't because they're trying to be difficult, it's often because they're still figuring out their feelings themselves. By simply being patient and encouraging, you can create a space where they feel comfortable enough to sort through their emotions. On the flip side, not every expression of a problem is rooted in seeking understanding. Sometimes, people speak out of habit or even out of a need to offload their emotional burdens. In these instances, distinguishing between someone seeking connection and someone seeking a quick emotional release can help you respond more effectively. It's not about labeling someone as right or wrong but about understanding the context of their actions. What can you do in these situations? Focus on setting clear boundaries for both yourself and the other person. Boundaries are not walls to shut others out, they are healthy structures that help you protect your energy while still supporting those around you. They also communicate respect for both parties, you respect your limits, and you respect the other person's need for a listening ear within those boundaries. People often feel relief simply by naming their struggles out loud. There's a psychological shift that occurs when thoughts, which might feel chaotic in the mind, are verbalized. As they talk, they may gain clarity about their own situations. Your presence, therefore, becomes a catalyst, not because you solved their problem but because you held a mirror to their experiences and allowed them to see things more clearly. It's also worth noting that the way people discuss their problems often reveals their personal beliefs and values. When they speak about challenges, they're sharing the lens through which they view the world. For instance, someone who sees a problem as insurmountable may be revealing their doubts about their own capabilities. Others who focus on external factors may be showing their perception of control, or lack thereof, over their lives. By understanding these perspectives, you can approach their concerns in a way that resonates more deeply. At times, people may share problems as a way of masking deeper issues they're not ready to confront. For example, someone might complain about stress at work, but beneath that, there could be a fear of failure or concerns about self-worth. While it's not your role to dig into every layer, acknowledging that problems are often multifaceted can help you respond with greater compassion and nuance. It's also crucial to pay attention to nonverbal cues when someone shares their challenges. Tone, body language, and even pauses in their speech can reveal what they're truly feeling. Words can sometimes mislead, but emotions rarely lie. By staying attuned to these subtle signals, you can offer a response that aligns with their unspoken needs. Ultimately, when someone talks about their problems, it's an opportunity, not just for them to feel lighter but for you to grow as well. It teaches you patience, empathy, and the ability to engage with others on a deeper level. And while it's tempting to think of these interactions as one-sided, they're not. Each time you hold space for someone, you learn more about yourself, your boundaries, your triggers, and your capacity to connect. In the end, this is what builds stronger relationships, whether in love, friendship, or any other aspect of life. It's not about fixing things or having all the answers. It's about showing up, being present, and letting the other person know that their story matters. That's where the magic happens.